The story of this film is set 6 years after Deadpool 2. At the end of that movie, in 2018, Wade Wilson used Cable's time machine not only to save his girlfriend from dying, but also made some changes in other universes. After doing all this, Deadpool arrives in the main Marvel universe, also known as the Sacred Timeline's Earth, 616, where he meets Happy Hogan, Tony Stark's assistant, because Wade wanted to become an Avenger. Actually, now his girlfriend was quite fed up with Wade because he never did any good deeds and had once gotten Vanessa killed. That's why Deadpool decides to use his powers for good and joins the Avengers team. But Happy rejects him because Wade wanted to become an Avenger for his own needs, not to help others. This makes him very sad, and he goes back to his universe, Earth 1005, and destroys Cable's time machine. Now Wade breaks up with his girlfriend, and after that, he stops doing mercenary work as Deadpool, killing people. In this way, 6 years pass by, and now Wade is working with his friend Peter at a car showroom. One day, it's Wade's birthday, so all his friends come to his house to celebrate. But during the party, some TVA agents, who are like the police of the multiverse, arrive there. They catch Wade and take him with them to the TVA headquarters, where a man named Paradox tells Wade that, according to the TVA system, he will do something great in the future. That's why he wants to send him to the main Marvel universe and make him a superhero. This makes Wade happy, and there he also gets a new Deadpool suit stitched. Then he tells Paradox that even after going to the MCU, he'll keep visiting his own universe and first wants to go meet his friends. But Paradox tells him that he can't go to his own universe anymore because it's about to be destroyed. The reason is that the Logan, aka Wolverine, of that world has died. He was the anchor being of that universe, and his death has brought its end closer. Generally, when the anchor being of a universe dies, it takes thousands of years for that world to be destroyed. Earlier, when He Who Remains was ruling the TVA people used to instantly delete such universes. But ever since Loki created a new multiverse, the TVA no longer interferes with any timeline. However, Agent Paradox preferred the old way of doing things. And since he was made in charge of Deadpool's universe, he wanted to destroy it immediately. But because the TVA didn't allow such actions anymore, Paradox decided to do it illegally. For this, he started building a machine called the Time Reaper, which could destroy Deadpool's universe in one go. But before doing this, he wanted to take Wade out of there for 2 reasons. First, according to the TVA's system and higher officers, Wade Wilson had to stay alive for a specific purpose. And second, if Deadpool was present in his universe at the time of its destruction, he would surely create some chaos to save it. That's why Paradox wanted to take him out and send him to the MCU. But as soon as Deadpool realizes that his universe is about to be destroyed, he runs away with Paradox's Tempad, which is a device for traveling the multiverse. Then Wade returns to his universe and goes to the place where Logan's grave was because he hoped that Logan might not be dead since Logan had healing powers. That's why Wade digs up the grave but finds Logan's skeleton there, which was made of adamantium and thus hadn't decayed. Meanwhile, the TVA agents arrive there, searching for Deadpool because he had stolen their Tempad and also messed with Logan's corpse. So, Deadpool starts fighting with those TVA agents and kills them using Logan's bones. After that, he travels to many different worlds in the multiverse and meets various Logans. Wade was thinking that if he could bring the Logan of another universe into his world, he would become the new anchor being and save his universe. But no Logan from any world listened to him and beat him up instead. Then he reaches a universe where all the X-Men are dead and only Logan is alive. This Logan was very sad and completely drowned in alcohol because he considered himself responsible for the death of his friends. Earlier, in this world, when all the X-Men were alive and doing superhero work, this Logan always stayed away from them and didn't join their team even when they asked him. One day, while he was sitting and drinking somewhere, many anti-mutant people attacked Charles Xavier's house and killed all the X-Men. In a rage, Logan killed many normal humans, which led to even more hatred of mutants, and everyone began to hate Logan. Since then, he was living a life of regret and was always drunk. When Deadpool arrived in that universe, Logan was also drunk, so he easily fell under Wade's control. Wade then took him straight to the TVA. There, Paradox tells him that the anchor being of one universe cannot be replaced by another from a different universe. Plus, this Logan was the worst of all Logans in the multiverse. Hearing this, Wade says he wants to talk to the TVA officers and resolve this matter. This panics Paradox and his associates because they were planning to delete the timeline illegally, without the TVA's knowledge. Wade understands that they've hidden all this from the TVA officers and threatens to expose them. So, Paradox deletes Deadpool and Logan and sends them to the Void, a place at the end of time where everything deleted by the TVA ends up. There, Logan gets angry at Wade for dragging him into this mess and starts fighting him. After a brief fight, Deadpool tells him that if the TVA can erase his world, they can also fix Logan's world. Hearing this, Logan calms down a bit. At that moment, a man appears who is a variant of Captain America named Johnny Storm. In his world, he was a superhero in the Fantastic Four team and had the power to control fire. He tells Wade and Logan that instead of fighting each other, they should join him in fighting the real enemy. The real enemy was Cassandra Nova, a powerful mutant who ruled over many mutants in the void. She was Professor X's twin sister and had the same mind-reading and mind-controlling powers as him, as well as telekinesis, the power to control objects without touching them, and healing powers. Cassandra was extremely dangerous, which is why the TVA had sent her to the void when she was a child. But instead of suffering there, she liked that place and used her powers to make many people her slaves. However, some people resisted her and formed their own rebel group. This rebel group had 5 members, one of whom was Johnny Storm. These rebels were constantly hunted by Cassandra and her followers, and now they had found Johnny. Because Logan and Deadpool were standing with Johnny, the evil mutants captured all 3 of them and took them to Cassandra. There, Wade tells Cassandra that Johnny was talking badly about her on the way, and hearing this, she kills Johnny. Then she starts torturing Wade and Logan. Deadpool doesn't want to fight her. He just wants to go home. Cassandra tells him that she can send them home, but she won't, and then she leaves them both in front of Alioth to die. Alioth was a monster that lived in the void and consumed everything that came there. Ever since Cassandra had arrived in the void, she had made a deal with Alioth. The TVA and Alioth told her that she could do whatever she wanted in the void, but she couldn't leave. And because only Alioth could defeat her, she made a deal with it. She would keep feeding it, and in return, Alioth wouldn't kill her. Right now, she was about to feed Deadpool and Logan to Alioth. But both of them managed to escape from there. After that, they meet a variant of Deadpool named Nice Pool, who becomes friends with them. For the moment, Wade and Logan want to go to those rebels who were Johnny's allies. Those rebels lived far across the border in the void, so Nice Paul gives them his car so they can reach there quickly. Then both of them leave in the car to get there. On the way, Wade tells Logan that he's not yet sure if the TVA people can fix his world or not. This makes Logan very angry because Wade lied to him, so he starts beating him up. They fight each other for quite some time and eventually pass out from exhaustion. That's when a girl named Laura arrives, who was Wolverine's daughter in another universe, and here, she was a member of the rebels. She takes Wade and Logan's car back to her hideout. There, she has 3 companions: Blade, a vampire hunter; Elektra, a fighter; and Gambit, a mutant. Wade asks these 4 rebels to help him defeat Cassandra. They agree, but Logan still doesn't want to help because Wade lied to him. But later, Laura meets Logan alone and convinces him to help. Then these 6 people go to Cassandra Nova's lair. There was only one way to defeat Cassandra, by blocking her psychic powers, for which they needed a helmet that blocked mental powers. This helmet was with a mutant on Cassandra's team named Juggernaut. So Deadpool and his companions reach there and start fighting with the mutant army, while Logan goes to face Cassandra. But she tries to get inside his mind and make him her slave. Meanwhile, the rebels defeat Juggernaut and obtain the helmet. Then Deadpool uses that helmet to block Cassandra's powers and tells her that if she doesn't send them home, he will kill her. But Cassandra doesn't agree to his demand. Just then, a mutant from Cassandra's team named Pyro comes and shoots her. Actually, Pyro was fed up with her tyranny, so he made a deal with TVA's Agent Paradox that he would kill Cassandra in exchange for getting out of the void. Paradox wanted Cassandra killed because he was afraid that one day she would escape the void and cause chaos in the multiverse. Meanwhile, Cassandra gets badly wounded, and because of the helmet, her healing power doesn't work, so she is on the verge of dying. But then Logan feels pity for her and remembers how his friend Charles always helped everyone. So he decides to spare her life and tells Wade to remove the helmet so that Cassandra can heal. Cassandra, grateful for this, decides to send Deadpool and Logan back home. For this, she uses a magic ring that she got from a Doctor Strange who had come to the void. She creates a portal with the ring that opens in Deadpool's universe, and Wade leaves with Logan to return to their world. Meanwhile, Agent Paradox's Time Reaper was almost ready, and because it was an illegal machine, he hid it from the TVA by placing it in Deadpool's world. Just then, Wade and Logan arrive there. At the same time, Cassandra learns from Pyro why he attacked her and becomes very angry that Paradox tried to kill her. So she also decides to leave the void and go to Wade's world. There, she intends to kill Paradox. But when she reads his mind, she learns about the Time Reaper, which Deadpool and Logan are about to destroy. But Cassandra doesn't want them to destroy that machine because the TVA betrayed her and tried to kill her. So now she plans to use the Time Reaper to destroy the entire multiverse so that only the void remains, where she can rule alone. Then she moves Deadpool and Logan aside and goes to the Time Reaper. Cassandra already knew that they would try to stop her, so to deal with them, she summons many variants of Deadpool from the void who were loyal to her. One of them was Nice Paul, but he had become friends with Wade and Logan. However, the other 100 Deadpools attack them. In this battle, Nice Paul gets killed because he didn't have any healing power. Then Deadpool and Logan fight all those variants for a long time and kill them, but they keep coming back to life because of their healing power. Suddenly, Wade's friend Peter arrives, who convinces all the Deadpools that Wade Wilson is his friend. Since in every universe, Peter was Deadpool's close friend, all those variants listened to Peter and let Wade and Logan go. On the other hand, Cassandra had started using the Time Reaper. Just then, Logan and Deadpool go to Paradox, who tells them that Cassandra is about to destroy all the universes and there's only one way to stop it. The Time Reaper was powered by an underground energy source made of matter and antimatter, and if they caused a short circuit there, the machine could be destroyed. But whoever did that would die too. Logan and Wade didn't care because they had healing power, but Paradox tells them that no one can survive the explosion. Then Logan and Deadpool both volunteer to do it. But Wade decides to risk his life and goes to cause the short circuit alone. However, he couldn't do it by himself, so Logan joins him, and holding Deadpool's hand, he completes the circuit. This creates a short circuit, destroying the Time Reaper along with Cassandra, and saves the multiverse. But Wade and Logan don't die because they were together. If only one of them had done it, he would have died, but the combined power of Logan and Deadpool saves them. Just then, TVA's Agent B-15 arrives, who had become a senior officer by now. She had discovered the existence of the illegal Time Reaper, so she comes to arrest Paradox. Then she tells Deadpool that his universe isn't going to be destroyed anymore because of this new heroic act by Logan. He has now become the new anchor being of this universe. After that, Wade requests Agent B-15 to change Logan's history to bring his friends back to life and to send the Void's rebels back to their own universe. But B-15 says that she can't change Logan's history because it was due to that event that he became the anchor being of this universe. However, she agrees to help the Void's rebels return. After all this, Wade brings Logan home and introduces him to his friends. And now, that girl Laura, who was a rebel in the Void, decides to stay in this universe. Besides that, Wade and Vanessa get back together. In the movie's post-credits scene, Deadpool tells us that he never lied about Johnny Storm not dying. To prove it, Deadpool goes to the TVA and shows a video recording, which reveals that Johnny had actually spoken very badly about Cassandra.